A questo punto inizia la trasmissione. Tutti i partecipanti sono in grado solo di ascoltare.
How many attendees do you see them?
Hello everybody. Yes, we are in 12 today connected.
Okay, good. That's good.
Okay. So, okay, just to say hi to you all, and it's a pleasure to be here with you all. Thank you very much again for all your efforts and all your enthusiasm in this very difficult period for everybody of us, all of us. So thank you very much again. We will go through the final stage, the final part of the educational course program of at the School of Open Cohesion pilot project. We are very happy and glad to see how your students and schools have worked until today, preparing all the reports and carrying out all the research works in such a very clever and intensive way. So thank you very much again to all the schools and the students of Bulgaria from Italy, from all the European Commission. So just a few words to introduce the topics of this our webinar. I want to share with you my screen. I ask Petia if you can see the screen. Okay.
I do.
And I guess everybody can see the screen. Of course, you have on your dashboard the space for your questions if you have, and I would ask you just to give me a sign, just to write me down, okay, if you can listen and if you can watch properly all the things we are saying. So if it's okay, if you can watch the screen, if you can listen to our presentation, please write on the okay. Thank you very much. It seems everything's fine. Okay, so thank you. We can go on. Thank you. Okay, so you and the schools and the students, you went through 3 steps of educational program of the School of Open Cohesion. The first one was related to the design of the project, the design of the research work. And so the schools identified the project to be monitored, and which become the focus of all the research work. Then the second step was about analyzing and visualizing all the information you collected, the students and the teachers collected from the main institutional sources to other sources, for example, newspapers and so on. The third step, we know it has been the most difficult one, because every one of us was in lockdown, so we couldn't go out to see with our eyes and to touch with our hands the matter of the project, the monitoring project on site. But we share with you, thanks to Petty and all of you, some other information, some useful tips and information on how to work by remote, on distance, to try to describe and the civic monitoring research, even if you cannot go outside. So we hope that you had the possibility to interview some experts, some technicians, some project leaders about the project you're monitoring. And then now we are on the most communicative part of the job, and I guess it is even the most engaging in a sense, and also funny at the same time, because now is the creative moment, the moment in which the students and the schools have to choose how they want to tell the story of the research works they're carrying out until today. So that's why we are the final lesson is called "Tell the Story." The title of the fourth and final lesson is "Tell the Story." So okay, as usual, here you can see how is structured every moment of our lessons. The first one is the one of today, so our last webinar, lesson 4. So we will show to you, we will illustrate all educational contents related to the lesson 4, and then it will be up to you to organize the lesson in the classrooms with the pupils and the teachers, and then to follow the progress and deliver the homework and the final report number 4. Just to anticipate to you that the main core, the main thing, the main outcome of the final report number 4, should be a creative format. For example, a video, okay? A video in which the students and schools can tell the story. Okay, and now, Peter, it's up to you. If you want to go on.
За мен остана сладката част, наградата. Уточнихме с Жан Марко, че пътуването до Брюксел е потвърдено от комисията, макар и да е динамична обстановката. Ще се състои. Разбира се, изненади всякакви могат да се очакват. Потвърждаваме, че тя е пътуване до институциите в Брюксел и срещи с съответните отговорни лица за финансиране на европейски инициативи, така че да направим връзката с работата ви по проектите. Планирано е това да е октомври. Надявам се да се реализира. Next slide, please. Както споменах, октомври по времето на Open Days, ако комисията реши Open Days да се проведе онлайн, все пак ще направят някакви срещи и визита на децата в Брюксел. Next slide, please. Критериите за оценка на продукта ще се вземе под внимание не само крайното творческо произведение в резултат на днешния урок, а и всички изпратени до сега уроци и материали. За тази цел те ще бъдат компилирани и представени. Вие вече сте ни ги изпратили в Google формат. Next slide, please. Вече конкретно по последния урок, слава Богу, достигнахме до последния урок. Както и спомена Жан Марко, това е най-креативната фаза на проекта, да се създаде, да се разкаже историята по проучването, по работата по инициативата по някакъв креативен начин, което не е задължително да е в писмена форма, може да е в песенна форма, както видяхме от множество примери на италианците, включително рап песен. Идеята е да представите работата си по някакъв интересен начин. Схемата на четвъртия урок. Gian Marco, is it yours? Is it 12 slides?
Yes, okay. So just to can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
we
can go on with the educational contents. Okay, so as you can see here, these are the main steps of lesson 4. The first one is just to sum up the previous lessons. So it's a suggestion to recollect the key elements of the situation. If you have to go back to the data and the information collected in the previous steps, you can do that. and then you have to reconstruct in a way the story of the research work you're carrying out until today, because it's very important to underline and to sum up all the relevant points of all your work, if you want to better tell the story, so to define the narrative of the story, the tone, the way in which you want to tell that. So another very important thing is to choose a point of view, which will be the point of view of your storytelling, and then the strategy, your format strategy, because when you're telling a story, while you're telling a story, your story have also to go outside, to be public, okay, public in some way. So other people must be aware, must be captured by your story, okay. So you have to define the narrative, you have to build a story in the most effective way. So we suggest different ways, different kind on how to proceed in your storytelling, and then so you will choose the format and techniques and methods of storytelling, on how to tell the story of your project research work, and then how to share and to promote the story you're telling, for example, using the social media, social network. We will give you some useful suggestions and tips about that. And then you finally have to choose the format. Could be a video, could be also an animation, a cartoon, could be also a presentation, a dynamic presentation, and could be a school newspaper, something like that, okay. The most important thing is that you have to choose a storytelling format, a creative format, in which you can put all your creative ideas. Okay, creativeness is not fantasy. Creativeness means that you have to apply your creativity, but also bearing in mind, always bearing in mind, which are the main the main points, the topics of the research work you carried out. So it's about how the European funds are spent on your territories, how they are spent. It's about which kind of people did you encounter, did you speak with to better understand your project, and what did they tell you. So you have to sum up all these kind of things. So you have to reconstruct the story and tell the story in the most original way, okay. And so this will be the final part of the lesson 4. Deliver your creative output. Finally, yes and no. You have to deliver your creative output, and of course, if you can, we suggest to organize also a final presentation event. I got some suggestions for PTF on all the colleagues of the managing authorities in Bulgaria. I will send you, for example, Spain has finished yesterday, and they organized the final presentation event online. It was an online event in which all the students, they have 5 schools, so 5 teams and 5 representatives of the schools, meaning with that 5 students presented their research work, okay? Basically presenting the final report, so the final creative format, okay? Could be.
And I also followed the Italian final event.
Yes,
it was very well organized, very coordinated.
Oh,
and
thank you very much. We work hard because yes, in Italy too. Say we handed the educational course program in Italy 1 week ago. It was 10 of June. we organized our final event. It was a very big event because we have a lot of schools. So we had 20 awarded schools, a lot of authorities, and also some music and concerts and so on. And then it took 3 hours. Okay, maybe it's too long for an online event, but we have also.
Great.
Yes, for example, the Spanish colleagues organized an online event and it took 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour event is it's enough for our purposes. We will obviously we will be at your side to organize the final event if you need, and but this will happen, I guess, after the summer period, I guess, in September. Okay, so coming now, just I want to show you in depth the educational contents of lesson 4. As you can see, here is the Bulgarian web page of the ASOCEU pilot project, in which you will find all the educational steps of lesson 4. So as usual, you will find a short description on which are the main purposes of lesson 4, and on your right, on the box on the right, you will find some information like the deadline, the to-do list. I'm just opening now so we can see together. So here is summarized which are the main things to do for lesson number 4, which are the 4 steps, the titles of the steps, and so on. And then other information about the homeworks, and that's exactly what I was saying until now. So the homework consists of mainly the creative format. Okay, you have to produce, and the other information you can find as usual the form, the model in a doc file, in a Word file document of the which are the things to write, to fill for the report number 4. That's the final report. In the case, for example, in the case of the video, it will be requested, of course, to indicate and to insert a web link, a link to the probably YouTube or Vimeo or anything other platforms. The students will upload their video. Okay, in the case of the video. And then, as you can see in the final lesson, tell the story. It's about storytelling. It's about digital storytelling, let's say. You will find four steps. The first one is about perspective, a narrative perspective, how to tell the story. So you will find a short video and the same slide supporting the video. We can also have a quite quick look together to the slides of the first step. As you can see, you can see better than me because I cannot speak in Bulgarian, but I know the contents. So it's about how to tell the story. So which are the focus? Which is the focus of the story you want to tell? Which are the act? The first, the second, and the third act of the story? Which is the perspective of the story you want to choose? And the point of view, because it's different. As you can see, points of view are different. Sometimes change the way in which the story is told. So you will go with the students and the schools in depth at the moment of the lessons in the classroom. Coming back to the main web page of lesson number 4, you will find step 2, and the step 2 is about some suggestions on the format, the communication formats, okay, with some other tips on the side. So this is just a short short slide to introduce and to suggest some formats, creative formats. The third step is about how to promote and communicate the story you are telling through the social media, the web, and through also the online events and so on. You will find some useful information, also general information on on how to better communicate using, for example, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and so on. I hope this can be also useful for uh, the normal educational activity. You know that we also always like to say that the ASOC project is an open project, so you can share all these materials, all these contents, also with other people in the schools, other teachers, because if they want, they can use this. It could be useful also for the regular educational program. Okay, and the final step is about is a small is an exercise in classroom exercise, like we did in the first lesson. The first lesson there was the first in-class exercise and was about choosing the project. So the students together had a brainstorming together and tried to choose the project to be monitored. Now, at the final part of this adventure, they have to choose the story, the format in which with which they want to tell their story. Okay, so we propose this in-class exercise. It's a guided exercise, so in which the students can choose between these ways and these formats to tell the story. Okay, and you will find some other useful information here. And at the end, the purpose is to have a brainstorming together and to choose the format and then work on the format they want to propose at the end of the ASOC educational course program. That's the lesson number 4 in a nutshell. So it's very shortly that as you can see, it could be maybe the most engaging and also the most funny lesson for all the students, because they can finally express themselves, their creativity, in telling the story of the project they monitored. We have to be coming back to our slides now. And here is just to recap all the steps requested to the teachers. So, and then naturally also the students, just a suggestion to study all the contents, the materials in advance, to be prepared for the lesson in class. And then first of all, set the date to manage to organize the classroom, the lesson in the classroom, and then of course ask for help to the managing authorities if they have some problem and if they need additional information and suggestions. And this is, you know, it's part of our job, your job, our job together. And as you can see, this will be the final brick in the wall of the ASOC pilot project. So we will be able to uh, to create a story that has started from a project funded by European Commission in their territories, in your territories. and the data, the information collected, the information visualized, and the civic monitoring activity, and then the creative and the narrative perspective, so the storytelling. And finally, we have the final brick in the wall. And here is to sum up again which are the main things to do. So choose the format, define the content, and complete work and organize the final presentation. The final presentation is another important, relevant part of the job, because, as I said before, when you have, if you have in your hands a very effective creative format, a very effective video, for example, you for sure you will try to promote in the best way. So how to present the material you have done, it's another relevant part of the research work. And how to tell the story in public, okay? Even if it will be online, doesn't matter. You know, online now is public at the same. So as for example, I will send you the link if you are interested of the Spanish presentation, online presentation.
Okay.
Because you can see, for example, how the students, okay, of course you watched the Italian students presenting, and it's pretty similar. They did pretty the same. Okay, I will share with you also the link of the Spanish colleagues. Okay, and then so this, in fact, this was about the final event we were talking about. So this is final information, and just to remind you the final deadline, it's a very strict deadline, we know that, but of course we will be not so we'll be flexible, okay, even for the final deadline. The problem is that I guess that the schools are closing on 30 of June.
Yeah.
Of course, it's better to have these formats before school closing. But I don't know, because maybe students can also work 1 week after if they want.
Why?
I don't know. Okay.
Thank you, Marco.
Okay.
We'll be curious to watch the Spanish event.
Yes.
May I just tell something to the colleagues now? The previous slide, please.
Oh, sorry.
Marco?
Yes, sorry. Yes.
Колеги, бих искала да уточня, че този срок е за подаване на формуляра, но не е задължително това събитие, за което споменава Джан Марко, да се е състояло до тогава, просто някакъв график, организация. И също така стана ясно, че може да е онлайн събитието за представяне на вашата работа, да е през социалните медии, да покажете на ваши приятели, студенти, ученици. Като в доклада пишете само график, кога е планирано, каква организация е предприета, така че този срок да бъде спазен. И този доклад ще ви помолим да е в приложената Word форма, която Джан Марко изпраща и качваме на сайта, тъй като помоли да му изпратим докладите в Word. Този път няма да е Google форма. That's all from me, from my part. Could you add something?
Yes, just a moment. I was turned off the microphone. I trying to understood something about the request of putting together in the file in the doc format. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I would like.
Until now, we created Google Forms and we sent the link to them. But now, as you are asking for a Word format, we are we request them to submit it in Word, so that on our part will not be.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm trying to improve my Bulgarian, you know, so I'm understanding a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are some information if you want to share, so if it's necessary, about contact information. But you know,
Yes.
these are, of course, the information on the websites, the Bulgarian website, email, and the Italian communication channels too. So yes, I think that's all. But of course, we are always here, you know, to support you for every need. So thank you very much. I would like to thank you very much again for your efforts, for your work, and for your kindness, Peti, and you and your colleagues, and keep in touch, of course, for the final part of our project. Okay, and see you on 19, Peti, on the info meeting. Okay.
Okay. So thank you very much for your support.
Thank you.
Much
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Ciao a tutti.
Bye. Ciao.
Ciao.